Well, hey there, folks. This is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I do bees. Welcome to another one of my videos during the 2020 beekeeping seasons, where I take you all the way from winter through the next fall and all the activities I do in my beekeeping operation here in Southeast Louisiana. And remember, this is not a how-to video. There are plenty of those out there on the net now. So, if you do happen to pick up any tips and tricks, I'm happy and glad I could help. And if you have any for me, please leave a comment. Let me know. That's what makes this hobby so great. I was talking today to a fella. So what makes it so great is there's about a dozen absolutes. That's more than that, but there's about a dozen absolutes we can go by, and the rest are just different ideas from different beekeepers, many different ways, and that's what kind of makes it so much fun. Is you get to pick your way and figure out your way, and sometimes it's trial and error. Sometimes you do lose bees, but sometimes you reap the benefits and you really find a good idea that works, and you're able to pass it on to other people. So feel free to leave some comments if you see anything that you think I could improve on or any ideas. So, all right, well, today I needed to come into this barn real quick because it's swarm box time. I mean, it's time to get them out. I should have had them out last week, but the weather's just been horrible. Some of the places I need to put them I can't get to right now, but I'm going to get there this weekend, so I want to always be prepared. I want to have all my equipment ready, all my baits and supplies and everything ready that I'm going to need when I hit the road. So all I got to do is load some swarm boxes, throw my bee box in there, and off we go. Alrighty, folks, here's some of the stuff I've got to get together. I got nails. Drive that into a tree. Some trees I'm going to already have nails in. That'll go ahead and take care of where I'm going to hang my boxes. I can hang them there next year. Like I said, I have some already drove. I keep these shop towels. One shop towel per bag, baggies. Good old lemongrass oil. These baggies. I'm going to show you how when I hang them, I'm going to show you how I do it. What I do with all that. This year I did buy some Swarm Commander. It's the spray. I'm going to try it. But normally all I use is lemongrass oil, a dab of that. I've normally bought from Man Lake one of those pouches, and I'll show you those. I staple those inside the trap or inside the box. And that's it. That's what I use. Some people just use lemongrass. Works fine. I've been using that bait. I think one or 2 years I didn't use the bait. I still caught swarms, but I just use it as a guarantee because it's good for about 3 months once out of the freezer. And then your biggest asset. And I know folks that use nothing but old dead out comb. That's it. That's what they use. This is gold when it comes to catching swarms. It's got the smell. I try to use boxes that have had bees in it as well. I want the smell of the bees. That's why I don't overpower it with lemongrass oil. 4 or 5 drops on a paper towel, stuffed inside a baggie, close the baggie halfway, dab a little tiny bit from that paper towel on the entrance. Got my old comb in there, slap that in, and we're good to go. I got some of this. This is old comb from a cutout. I rubber banded in. I used one like this last year for a person's trap for them, for their bait box. And it worked great. Another one. You know, don't throw that stuff away. I was going to melt it, but I said, no, those are too pretty because they'll bond those together really nicely and it'll make a frame and it'll get me by. And then we just have, you know, old comb. These are from dead outs. This is old comb that had to be culled. You can see it's drone mixed with worker. This was a piece of cutout at one time. You can see the original pieces, right? These are the original pieces. They built comb in between. They put drone comb in there. This was a frame that I did a cutout with. And I got one, I think, in here. It's an old wire wax frame. So anything, these old dead out frames, that's golden. That's what you want. That's going to give them the smell. That will draw them more than anything. I put the other things in as a guarantee. When I go to hang them, I'll show you all what I do with it. But I'm going to show you how I configure these boxes and show you my boxes that I have. Alright guys, let me show you the first one I got. This is my original swarm trap from the very first, well, the second year I was beekeeping. It's been repaired and fixed over the time, but I got this idea from, I think he lives in Texas. I forget his YouTube channel, but he apparently did some studies and he put out that each box needs 40 liters is the ideal size. So he showed basically an 8 frame box, but instead of 9 7/8 deep, it was 12 inches deep. So this is an 8-frame box, 12 inches deep. If you watch Joseph Rawls, he's got some, and watch his videos. He's got a long, tall, narrow box, but in the end, he did the same thing. He just did it more narrow, and those 40-liter spaces apparently do well, and he can attest to that. His are like that. His are just long and narrow. Mine are a little more fat and not as long, and they work good. This is a good trap. I stopped using it because of where I hang it. It doesn't fit under the cover of my truck all the time. So this is the box I use. It's got a little nail so birds can't go in there. These are, well, see there, it's getting old. These are old pallets I cut up. Gonna have to do a little repair to it tonight. No problem. And here's how I load this one. So I'll stick a swarm lure. I'll staple it in here in that paper envelope. I'll dab a tiny bit of, just a little bit of lemongrass there, and I'll stick that paper towel inside that bag, zip it halfway shut, lay it in the bottom. And what I like to do, wow, that's a good frame. I like to put 5 frames in here. And don't fill them up. And here's another thing I've read about that as far as not filling them up, is if you fill them up, it needs to be all drawn comb. That way they have complete comb they can go to. If you fill it up with just foundation, this is what I understand, and I can attest to it. I got skunked last year with a lot of foundation, and I've never done that because for reasons that I hadn't really discussed online yet, I was out of comb. But anyhow, they say that they go in there and they see that as a hindrance. It doesn't make the space available. There's not enough space in there because it's filled up with frames. It's not. They'd rather have a wide open or complete comb. So I only do, well, this one's 4. I'll do 5, and I checkerboard these a little bit, or what they call that. Some of them checkerboard, but I stick them in there, and then and 5 frames has always worked good. Anyway, then I put my lid on it. I used to have hooks and everything on them. I don't screw them down. I just put a strap on a tree, and I hang it by this, and it's done. Have this. So hang in the tree, and I got a hole right here. That hole. So that nail will go through. I hang this on the tree, and what this does, this holds my bottom board. I just stick my box on there. Again, if I had all comb, I'd fill 10 frames in here, and it'd be a great swarm box because it's all ready for them to go. But if I put all foundation in here, the way the word has it, the way the people tell you, is they come in here, they don't see any comb and they don't see any space. They just see a bunch of frames with plastic in them. Maybe if I use beeswax, it'd be different. I don't know. And then of course I'll put the frames in, and I'll put my lid on. And I just run a tie-down strap around it. That's really all my preparation. I'm getting all my frames together tonight. I'm busy just getting everything together, and I want to have all my frames loaded in the boxes, and then I just throw them in the truck, and phew, off I go. And that's what we're going to do. Take y'all along. We're going to go together, and we're going to go hang about 4 swarm boxes. So, getting ready for swarm season. Getting ready to go. It's exciting. It's always a fun time of year now when we get going, but it's getting ready to get busy. I'm already starting to make more videos left and right. So, all right, let me get moving on this and get this wrapped up so we can go out and set these things up, and bait them up, and get them ready to go. Hey folks, well this is the next day from when I talked about setting out my bait boxes, swarm traps, whatever you prefer to call them. They all work. Anyway, it's the next day. I've got everything loaded up. I'm on the way. I said something about being about 10 or so miles out. It's way further than that. I'm actually going probably about 20 miles each direction. So going 20 miles west, 20 miles north. And I'm coming back. Alright, let's get on with this. I got to get on down the road.
Even when I can see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I can see it, you're working. Promise keep it light in the darkness. My God, that is who you
Okay, swarm lure. This is what I've been using for the past few years. I skipped a couple years, still caught without it, but I don't know, it's in insurance. Do not open the envelope. I get this from Man Lake. The capsule is in there, no breaking, no nothing. Stick this in here. Keep them frozen until you use them. These are 2 years old. In here. Alright. Now I take my paper towel and my lemongrass oil, and I simply 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 drops or so. A couple of good measure. Don't overpower it. Take this rag. I wipe a little bit on the entrance, a little bit right there. Then it's powerful stuff. I stick it in a Ziploc bag. I zip that thing about halfway shut. I lay that in the middle, and then I put my frames in. I alternate because I don't have all drawn comb. When I do have all drawn comb, it all goes in here. Ooh, smells like lemon out here. There's already been a bee checking us out. Here's some of my good bait. So I've got swarm lure. I've got, which is my lemongrass. I got my swarm lure in the pouch, and I got frames. That's it. So let me show you where I just hung this at. I got a pond right there. I've got it facing the south-southeast. And I've caught bees here every time I put it up. I put it up several times. But I had to hammer a nail because the tree, I didn't hang one here last year. So in a year and a half to 2 years, it's almost covered up my other nails. Now they were shorter. But this is a great location. Great location. Yep. That's lemongrass, folks. He may have added something to it, I don't know, but it's lemongrass. Ooh, it's strong. Might have just overpowered it, but it'll air out. Good gracious, yeah, that's lemongrass. Okay. Hey folks, well that's it. We went and stopped at 4 locations, hung 3 boxes. The 4th one should be hung tomorrow or the next day, depending when they get permission. We're pretty sure we're going to get permission. It's not a problem. It's just, you know, we want to go through the right channels and before we put the box up. So anyway, I got all of that done. Went all over. I've been in 2 parishes and many miles. But I like these locations I have. I've caught bees before, except for the one I'm waiting on permission from. And they've been good bees, and I still have some, so they got good genetics, best I can tell. But anyway, that's it. You saw what I did. Pretty simple, straightforward. Had a little extra swarm lure from Man Lake from last year, so I put that in there. I like that at the really remote locations I know I'm not going to be back and forth to, because that allows, you know, it's supposed to be good for 3 months, and that allows me, if I don't get a chance to go freshen up the lemongrass, good. Now, that Swarm Commander, man, I smell like lemongrass. That stuff got on me. I'm telling you that. I don't know what else he may have put in there. That's lemongrass. Well, now I know it's going to work because it smells like lemongrass. So I don't have any doubts about it now, but I don't mind buying it. I don't feel bad about buying it, but I doubt I'll buy it again. But to each his own. I know there's plenty of people that do like it, and you know, hey, it works. And that's one thing about it. When you find something that works, stick with it. So that's something new. And actually, it's going to last me a long time. And I've got a whole thing of lemongrass oil left. So, shoot, I'm good. You use very little. So, Swarm boxes are up for now. I got 4 out there now. I might put a couple more out. I think I had 8 out last year, but I don't need a ton of bees. I might put some more out here and there as I get the chance. But I was concerned about getting some out now. And I got them out now, so I'm good. So, we'll get after those splits tomorrow. I'll get that on video. I'm going to do a split about 3 hives or 4 hives that are really busting loose. And I'm going to go ahead and add some deeps to 2 other hives. Or at least 1 for sure. I'll try and get all that on video, and it's getting busy. I smell like lemongrass and old wax. That's good times. It's always fun this time of year. Then in August, we're beat down, ready to go into winter. Well, I hope you enjoyed riding along. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button for me if you don't mind. And be sure to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I hope you enjoyed it once again. This is Barry's Best Hunting. I'm Mike, and I do bees. Today I did swarm boxes. Y'all have a great evening. God bless y'all. Holy cow, I smell like a can of Pledge furniture cleaner right now.